Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Mkondis Mkalipi. I am here today with us, the people. In the show, I have Mr. Fedel. Mr. Fedel, how are you, sir?
Sure, my brother, I'm well. And it's not Mr. Fidel, it's Tshireletso Mati.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Tshireletso.
that is just the campus name, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I understand. Yeah. Mr. Tshireletso is the spokesperson of Us the People, and Us the People is the gist of our conversation we're going to have today. And just to take you through, Us the People is just a new political organization that was founded actually in the year 2020, and it's known for its ideology of the stateless government. And it's a very interesting ideology, which I assume and which I know that it was mostly taken from Mikhail Bakunin, I think. So today we're going to have questions from Mr. Fedel so that we expose the political parts, because Black Magnificent shows about Black excellency, about Black people, young people doing the things in South Africa. Where we are going to start, we want to know what really gave birth to Us the People, what sparked the founding of these political organizations.
Well, I think it is the conditions and the natural process of change that happens, because we cannot live in particular conditions for too long, especially conditions that tend to oppress and limit our freedom. So the conditions of the people everywhere is what gave birth to such an idea that through the observations we have made in all systems that have existed before, they have always led to the same conditions. So what sparked the formation of such an organization is the necessity of an alternative way of thinking and organizing society.
No, I get you, Lee. And I want you to define to the Nyana, because I know you. If you can take us through what is Us the People, or who is Us the People? How did you come up with such a name, and what does it mean, Us the People?
Well, I think it does not need to be explained. I mean, it's us, the people. So it comes about through realizing the only thing that we need, and it is us. We need ourselves. People are everything. So we cannot call ourselves something else and want to identify ourselves through definitions that come from the world. We could have called ourselves or socialist, or blackists, or what, but what we essentially are, we are us, the people.
No, it's clear, Lid, because it's what you stand for, the people. That's why you call yourself As the People.
Yes,
no,
we don't stand for anything else, and we believe our ideology does not reflect any ideology that has been defined before, because our ideology is the people.
No, it's very much clear. There's something very special about Us the People there, because when I look at your shirt right now, I can see the matrices there, and for sure they should have a meaning specifically. Can you take us through the regalia you are having?
Yeah, well, the logo of Us the People was discussed quite thoroughly in the founding summit of Us the People. So we could not come up with logos such as spears or guns, such organizations. So we had to actually show the entire society what happens in terms of what we really are as the people. So the matrix codes emphasize, not only emphasize, but they represent what is there and what is not, is binaries. So from ourselves as people, we get a society. So everything is 0 and 1. It's either you have nothing or you have everything. So everything, if you quantify it, it's 1. You can't have 2 everythings because everything is everything. It is 1 everything. So it's either nothing or everything. So in this everything, there is people, but people are part of everything. So it's 0 and 1. You choose what you want to create through the ideas. They're represented by 0, which gives us the, does not limit us in terms of
So you can't have
creating
half.
everything.
You can't have
Yes.
half in us, the people. We don't believe in halves.
We don't believe
In halves.
There's
It's
no,
1 or 0.
yes, if you have something, the whole thing remains. It's just divided into 2 equal parts. But the whole thing is still there. It is 1.
No, it's clear leadership. It's clear. Yeah, it's interesting. It's the parts that
Let me
I
just
want.
expand it because that was just on a fundamental level. But in terms of application of the matrix, it is as a symbol on the logo and on the t-shirt. It symbolizes the necessity of people to exit the matrix program. So we know that people are locked in a complex matrix that they are unable to exit. And we believe that you just need to unplug. Then when you have unplugged from the matrix, it is where you will be able to see the truth and live by truth. So as long as people are still in the matrix, they cannot be able to, they can never be freedom. They can never be, because we are essentially about freedom. So if you are put in a particular program, you are unable to create your own program, then that is not life. As people, we are supposed to not follow one person's program because we are able to all come up with our programs that we know that they suit us best. So if we follow a program that involves greed, that involves violence, that involves poverty, that involves authority, then we're essentially giving away our power to create a program of peace and love and prosperity and freedom. That is essentially freedom.
But it's a
So,
political part of smart people, man. You must
no,
understand the matrix.
it is simple. It is either you are in the matrix or you are not. When you are in the matrix, you are serving the matrix. You can never serve yourself. And it's simple as that. It is either it is or it is not.
Yeah, I was getting to the following question, the very interesting question that everyone needs to know. The ideology of the stateless society leadership, which is what us the people stand for. Do you mind in elaborating what does it mean to have a stateless society?
Yeah, well, a stateless society is not particularly an ideology, but it arises from the ideology of the people. So a stateless society is a society that is always where people have control over their lives, where people have control over decisions that affect their lives. Unlike now, where there's a particular authority that is imposing particular laws and particular ways of living onto others. So it is basically a society without authority deciding on behalf of everyone else. We all have the authority to choose. That is what makes us human, and we must be able to live in a society where we are able to express that fully. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. But in terms of implementation, do you think later it is possible that people do things without someone as an authority or as a leader standing before them? There will be things they will implement.
I mean, we're implementing this show now. Who is the leader? Who is the authority over here? We're having a peaceful conversation. We're having a fruitful conversation. There's no one who is imposing anything on us. We're just doing it because we want to do it. And it does not harm us and it does not harm anyone else. So there's no one who must tell you to eat. Is there an authority that tells you to eat? Is there an authority that tells you to wake up? No. So why do we need an authority that tells us how we must live as a society? It cannot be. We must all be able to decide. And as communities, obviously it starts from an individual, and you live with your household, then you live with your community, then it is the entire earth actually deciding on what must happen to issues that affect them. Now, issues that affect you, you don't even have a say, you don't even have anything. Just elect a representative who you think will represent your issue. I mean, you give me 5 years to represent issues of 60 billion people. It is not going to happen. I mean, I have my own interests first. I cannot make sure that everyone eats if I have not eaten first. So it is a system that enables everyone to take responsibility for their life.
No, I understand. But uh, and how do we start about as us the people? Where do we start, since everyone is used to the form of authority standing before them? How do we start as a stateless society?
The society is essentially stateless. We don't need to start, we need to stop. Stop following authority. We don't need to start anything, because that when we were born, that was the start. And we started following authority later. If you look at a child, you can't tell a child that don't do this. The child is going to do it so that they can experience that. Then the authority just comes later when you start now obeying authority instead of expressing yourself. So we need to stop authority. We need to stop wanting to be sheep, looking for a shepherd. So we need to stop, and then that will automatically be the start of freedom.
I understand. But since you are intending to have a stateless society, it means the current system you are having troubles with. What are the things that you think the state is disadvantaging us with?
It is disadvantaging us with its existence. Yes. So essentially, I cannot say it is disadvantaging us with issues, particular issues. Its existence, its fundamental basis is based on disadvantaging us. So it entirely disadvantages us because it takes away the authority from ourselves. So if I take away your authority, then anything that I do, I'll be disadvantaging you, because that is the basis of the power that I do anything with.
Yeah, maybe I think it's the terminology, but the authority you are talking about, what are those things that
okay, freedom, sovereignty, it's like that, freedom and sovereignty. Because if I give you the authority to make a decision concerning my health, then I'm taking away my personal sovereignty to live as I see that I'm not going to harm myself or another. Yes.
No, I see leadership. No, hey, it's a very hard thing to believe in our lifetime.
It is not a hard thing to believe. I mean, right now, you did not give anyone the authority or your sovereignty. You did not give away your sovereignty to express ideas as we are doing now. But you can decide to give it away. Right?
Yeah.
So it is the easiest thing to do. It is just to stop listening to anyone who is saying they are above you. We are all equal.
So the governance, then how do you plan it to be? Because now there are people that are there in parliaments. They are trying to stand for what other people are standing for, which you say
you can't stand for people. People stand for themselves.
Less time that you represent 60 billion people. No, I get it, Lee.
It's not even about the time. It's about, even if you give me 5 years to represent one other person, I have to represent myself first. We don't need to be represented. We need to present ourselves as people, because to represent is to try to duplicate something and present it, but it is not yours. Understand? So if I say that you are representing, I'm representing you in an issue that affects you, I cannot do that. It is, I don't know if I put it bluntly as that, but
I get you.
You are yourself, I am myself. You cannot represent me in anything. I need to present myself. Then we all present ourselves. Then we'll be able to live in the present. You present. So your present is being taken away and being represented, but it is not being represented. It is actually another person presenting themselves.
So other people are presenting themselves in the name of presenting others.
Yes, because these others want to be represented instead of also presenting themselves. It's like, present is actually, if you check the spelling, present is also present. You are given a present, right, to explore and enjoy. And you want someone to explore and enjoy on your behalf. So it cannot happen. You must explore and enjoy your present. Then that is how you'll be able to create a future. But if you give your present to someone, then your future will be determined by that person.
Linda, you stopped me there when I was trying to build up something. But let me rephrase it like this. Supposedly, we wake up tomorrow and find out that as the people has won the election and they are now in the power, how do we start about what's the first move? Because the first move, you already said that you stop being the authority, but then how will everything move now? How will everything move? Yeah, I think.
What do you mean everything? I mean, I don't know. Everything will not stop, and everything has never stopped, right? There's never a time where the world had stopped saying we are waiting for a state. No, the state came and found the world moving. So we'll continue moving, just removing this one.
Removing the what? The parliament as a whole.
A parliament is not particularly a parliament, but the entire government. Yes, the entire government, that is a representative government. where people are represented by others. So we need to all present ourselves. You present yourself obviously where you are, right? And if you try to represent yourself elsewhere, then it's not going to form anything. You are just going to remain in that state. So the
No.
motion is constant.
Yeah, I see. So, yeah, but as other political organization, what can be the most in your manifesto? What are the things that us the people is planning to achieve that
Our
other
planning
political parties are not doing?
is a dissolution of the state. We're not planning anything else because anything else is already happening, right? We're planning dissolution of the state. That means that I heard you earlier suggested that when us, the people, gets into power, that will be a point where us, the people, we are in power. And the people is not a particular group or it's not a particular individual. So when you say us, the people are in power, then people will get to decide on what they want. They'll get to decide how they continue because either way, life is going to continue, but people need to decide how it continues instead of a single individual deciding on how it continues. So we don't need to start, we need to stop, as I suggested.
No, I understand. Now let's get into the to the intestines of the party. The party on its own believes that people should be empowered, that the power or everyone should be responsible for themselves. But how is the internal structure of us, the people? Is there a chairperson? Is there a president? Is there how is the internal structure of us, the people?
It is the same way nature envisages. I mean, a structure is not names of positions. A structure is different functions, different responsibilities, right? The structure of our community right now is made of different responsibilities. So the structure is responsibility based instead of a position based because everyone is in a particular position. And in that particular position, you just express the responsibility that you know that you are able to do and you are interested in.
So you don't have a president.
Well, what is the job of a president? Because it is to oversee others. That is like becoming, we create a god now. Understand? You oversee over others. Like you don't present any particular skill. I mean, we have electricity now, we have water. Those things don't come from the president. What skill does the president have to offer? They don't offer anything, right? The people are the ones who do everything. So we don't need that thing as a president. We need people to take different responsibilities according to their abilities. Yes.
Can you take us through of the positions that are or the roles that are given to the people in the organization of us the people that are already there?
Well, obviously, there's only one responsibility which is given to everyone is to live freely. Then when you are free, you can determine what you want to do as long as you do not harm others. Because when you harm another, then you are no longer free. They are going to obviously respond, right? So you are taking away your freedom by harming others.
So in all this that I'm getting is that the real oppressor from you is the authority that is above us.
Yes, and when the reality is that there is no authority above us. We are the authority. We just give it away.
Yeah, no, I see. I understand you,
And
leader.
it is by choice, by the way. It is by choice, you know. Yes, if I can say that, no, from today, I'm your president and you must not open your eyes when you wake up. You will have to choose, right? There's no way an authority can force anyone to do anything. It cannot work.
But they use law leadership to enforce whatever they want to impose on us. Like we are busy with the regulations of lockdown currently, and we are abiding as people. And if we are not abiding, we pay fines to the government for simple things like masks. So I don't know if we can have freedom, or it's our choice, or we are being
No,
forced.
it is your choice. It is your choice, of course, because if you choose, when you choose not to follow someone saying that you must kill yourself, I mean, if they pass a law tomorrow that everyone must kill themselves, then you'll have to take that choice, right? You make the
Yeah,
choice to follow the authority,
yeah,
right? Yes, but in essence, life, you are not following any authority. You make a choice to follow the authority, right?
yeah,
And it is everyone's choice to follow that authority. I don't know a mask. I've never worn a mask. And
yeah.
because I chose not to, and they cannot force me because they cannot force me. Even if they arrest me and they try to say I'll be even in court without a mask, I'll be in jail without a mask because I choose not to wear it. They cannot put a permanent mask on my face. That would be killing me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No, he's right. I've seen people of us, the people not wearing mask at all. That's true. That's true. But what are changes you want to bring to the society? Something different that when I go to the ballot paper, I try to vote. What am I voting for?
But
What am I seeing?
you are voting for yourself. We are bringing you. You are
Mm,
voting for yourself. We are bringing you because you have given away yourself to the authority. So now
mm,
we are giving you yourself back. Then you will choose. We can't choose for you that no, if you vote for us, we'll create more jobs. If you vote for
mm.
us, we'll create more what. You know, these political parties now we'll give people more land. Now we'll give people more jobs. We'll give people more education.
Yeah.
You can't give people anything. People take what they need and what they deserve according to
Yeah,
the effort they put in.
no, that's true leadership. That's true. Yeah, and in this midst of I don't know how many political organizations you can find in South African ballots. There are very many, leader. There are very many, and you guys come up in 2020, open a political party. What can be the reason?
Well, the reason is that we were able to, and we have the freedom to
Mm,
understand.
yeah,
So everyone in the country and the world can decide to form their own political party. Then we have 8 billion, 9 billion political parties. Then each political party does what it wants.
yeah.
Because as an individual, you are a party in politics, whether you like it
Yeah,
or not. We just came together as a collective to push a particular idea and we use the platform of politics. But you are a party yourself,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
In politics, whether you participate or not, you are a party in politics.
yeah. Because you are
So,
part.
yes, you are a part of politics. So
Mm,
you are a party to politics as an individual. So we just formed a party of a collective that uh, believe and know of freedom as the value that we should all be living by. So a party, we formed a collective of different parties that makes one party, right? But we're all, yes. So like I said, each individual is a party already. All the billions of people in the world, or trillions or whatever, they are a party on their own, right? Then they form party to different contracts, right? You can choose to be party to a contract that says that at every end of the month, I will give you money if you do this for me, right? Yeah. But it is not binding on everyone, right? But everyone is a party to something. I don't know if you get the gist of what I'm saying. Yes. Like now, you are a party to this conversation. I'm a party to this conversation, right? We can call this conversation a Rise Black Child. It's another party on its own, right? Yes.
No, I understand. But getting back to the ideology, us the people is more of socialist than capitalist.
No, those are just terms that are used in politics for politics. But everyone is socialist, because to be social is what is human. There's no one who's not a socialist. And the opposite of a socialist is an individualist. And there's no one who is an individualist. Otherwise, you cannot be able to exist without others. I mean, you did not even give birth to yourself. Your formation, right, and birth comes from others. So already you are part of others. You cannot be an individualist. We are all socialists in the world. It's like that.
No, I understand. But I so wished also, because I heard when I spoke to Comrade Msholo Zugori, he's a reader of Mikhail Bakunin, and he's the author of the book which was written God and the State. And I wanted you to take people through, because it can be an eye opener that will help people to understand actually your ideology and what you really stand for.
Well, our ideology does not necessarily come from Bakunin, because even himself, his ideology does not come from himself. It comes from society, right? It comes from observing structures in the society and the distribution of resources in society. It does not come from him, right? There was society. Socialism existed before the written ideology by Bakunin, Kropotkin, or any other socialist, right? That is why they were able to see it and write it. So it is not theirs. They just documented it, right? So there's people who document different phenomenons in society and want that particular phenomenon to be the ruling over the phenomenon, over the entire society. But socialism is an ideology that is the basis of people's existence, while social in nature. Yes.
No, I get you, leadership. So he's not actually someone who invented the ideology, just saw what was really happening and he decided to write about it.
Yes, and even suggest how it should be happening, so that people can be able to live in a society where they have freedom.
I know, no leadership. It's very clear. It's a it's a language that will take people some time to see that it's not a new thing that we are talking about. But anyways, these are the views of the organization called Us the People. And we are here as Arise Black Child in Black Magnificent Show, trying to put out on the picture of their views and what they stand for. Leadership, as we're about to close, what do you want to tell South Africans? What can you say as a spokesperson of us, the people, to South Africa?
Well, Us the People is essentially here to bring a new kingdom. Yes, so we are the ones who have that responsibility to show everyone that now the kingdom of the people has come and the kingdom of external authority has ended.
Yeah, everyone, I think we have heard that Us the People is saying, if you vote for them, you vote for yourself, and you are putting a responsibility upon yourself. Thank you, leadership, for such a show in such a busy time. Thank you for your time, leader.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Let's catch another episode of Black Magnificent Show next week, same time, and yeah, we'll be here. That's how we wrap it today. Thank you.